Kid runs down the hall. Yay, Santa Claus came. Kid grabs a bike on a beautiful Colorado morning, runs outside. He's riding his bicycle on Christmas Day up and down the road, and a police officer pulled him over on Christmas Day, which I got this visual in my head. It's just like, hey, right? Get over here, punk. You know, and here's a 4-year-old freaking out, not knowing what's going on. Dad comes up, dad's freaking out. He's like, what is going on here? Guy says, kid's got to have a helmet on. It's a new law. I'm really sorry. I know it's Christmas. I apologize. Please go get him a helmet. We've got a 30-day grace period on this. Dad's livid. Who's he mad at? I'm glad nobody said salesperson, because the answer is he's mad at the clerk who didn't act as a salesperson. Because if he would have acted like a salesperson, he damn sure would have gone home with a helmet. And what else? What else goes with buying your kid a bike? There's that list, right? But that guy was just a clerk that day. And the guy came in for a bike, and he reactively let him buy a bike without selling him all the other stuff that goes along with it. And the guy's pissed off. And he comes in the dealership, and you can imagine John, he took the heat for all that, and he was exactly right. But it really cemented the point. And then I said, John, here's another way of looking at this, right? We talk about adding on because it's the right thing to do. We want to increase profitability, and that guy wants a new widget on his bike. Let me take a totally different approach. How many times do you think a guy gets to buy his 4-year-old a bicycle for Christmas? Once ever. I have one shot at buying my 4-year-old a bicycle for Christmas. How dare you take that experience away from me by not showing me everything that goes with buying a bike for my kid? I'm completely offended that you didn't show me everything that I could have done to make that experience greater for my kid and the relationship I have with him. See, that's a different way of looking at adding on. I'm actually offended that you didn't. A lot of frontline people who get hired to do sales, they're like, well, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be pushy and shovey. And I'm offended that you're not. Because I'm in a want-based industry, and this is my passion and my love, and all of us in our want-based industries will buy it up in a heartbeat the second we know it exists. It's your obligation to make sure I know it exists, whether it's the jacket on the shelf or the belt buckle or the whatever I can put on my motorcycle, right? Here's the thanks and invite back. This is all about causing door swings and appreciating the sale that just happened, right? And Crystal, I'll use you as an example because you're in the front row, and I'll use the example that I always use because I think heated gear is the greatest thing ever invented in motorcycling. Especially if you live in Colorado, we can ride bikes 11 months out of the year with heated gear. Air conditioned, everything. They got the vests, right? They got those vests that you can wear now. Don't kid yourself. I've seen people in Houston, it's 50 degrees out and they're wearing a parka. Oh, you wear heated gear just like everybody else. So Harley guys always make fun of me. They're like, you wear heated gear? Like, you're not much of a traditionalist. I'm warm. So there's that. Name caller. So if Crystal just bought some heated gear from me, and by the way, I have Gerbings heated gear. I've never even tried another brand because I've been so unbelievably happy with Gerbings. How I got into that product's interesting, but I bought a full set of Gerbings heated gear, and let's assume you just bought Gerbings heated gear from me. Here's how this step would go. Somebody look at your watch when I start talking and tell me how long this whole step takes, and then we'll dissect what just happened, the 6 steps inside of it. Hey, Crystal, I think you're gonna love this heated gear. This is such a good, you made a great purchase here. You're really gonna dig it. Thank you, we really do appreciate the business. Do me a favor, when you're out riding with your friends and you got that heat cranked up to 10, you're all warm and cozy and they're all shivering, will you come back and tell me how that went? Bring your friends too, I'd really love to meet them. I'm gonna take me, Schoolie. I promise you, you have 20 seconds, 28 seconds. I promise you. Because what's the first thing I said? Other than her name, I thanked her. That's the third thing I said. What about the product? It's a really good choice that you made. I didn't make it. You made a good choice. We didn't make it. You made a good choice. Translation, you are smart. Emotion over logic. How does it feel when somebody implies that you're smart? Feels pretty good, doesn't it? So I start the whole thing off with, this is a really good choice that you made, you're smart. By the way, if you've ever been to any department store, go look around the registers. Go to Best Buy and look around the registers. Go to Walmart, look around the registers. What you'll see is a bunch of stuff that somebody picked up in the back of the store, got to the front and said, put it down. What happened? I liked it in the back of the store, and then I got to the front and they put it down. Why? What's that? What about logic? One's coming online as the other's going offline. You know what the retail phrase for that is? Buyer's remorse. Emotion is fading as logic is coming back online. By the time I got to the front of the store, I'm like, I don't need this. Emotion faded, logic came in, buyer's remorse set in, I put it down and walked out. Do you know what happens to buyer's remorse when the person who in your eyes is the brand, you're the person that plays with the brand, I'm the person that is the brand, I live it and breathe it, my livelihood depends on it. When the person who is the brand tells you you made a really good choice, what do you think happens to buyer's remorse? I can't get rid of it, but I sure as heck can minimize buyer's remorse. The chance of you setting it down is much greater, or much less. And then I said, thank you. Truly, we sincerely appreciate the business. You'll be shocked at how that one phrase right there will cause people to come back and see you. And it's so not said in our industry. Do me a favor. When you're out riding with your friends and you got that heat cranked up to 10, I'm painting the picture. I'm selling a story to you. I'm selling an emotion of how fun your life is going to be because you told me you want to buy this heated gear to ride with your buddies all day long. Do me a favor. When you're out riding with your friends, do me a favor and what? What kind of feedback? How are you going to share that story with me? By coming back. Don't text me. I did not say call me. I didn't say text me. I said come back and tell me what? A story, and bring your translation referrals with you. Please hand deliver your referrals to me. Thank you very much. It's the most organic way to ask for referrals without ever having to ask for referrals. Come back. Why do I want you to come back? Forget the friends for 1 second. Forget the story. Why do I want you to come back? Because you may buy something more, repeat business. Because I'm continuing to foster the relationship with you, and traffic begets traffic, social proof. Having you in the store makes the store look like the place to be. Don't call me, don't text me, come back. In addition, tell me a story, because by the way, when I tell you, do me a favor and come back and tell me how it was, I'm genuinely interested in having you come back into my store and making sure we got you the right product. That feels good. I'm not just trying to sell you something and shoo you out the door and treat you like a transaction. You're going to come back and tell me a story. You're going to tell me how great it was. And that story you just gave me, I'm going to use in the greet with the next person who walks in the door. I'm really interested in this heated gear. Oh my God, let me tell you about Crystal. She was just here. God, you just missed her. She just bought a whole setup of heated gear and she told me that blah, 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 blah. It's not my salesperson opinion, it's third-party validation. What does RevZilla do so well other than product knowledge videos? Customer reviews. They have 200 to 300 customer reviews for every product. Third-party validation. I just use your story with the next person coming in the door. So I'm soliciting and banking stories to use in the future. So please come tell me a story. You're going to tell me that story, to which I'm going to use it. By the way, you're going to bring your friends with you and all your referrals. What are they witnessing? True? What are your friends watching? As you're telling me the story and you're so jacked up, what are your friends seeing? They're seeing the connection that you have with me. And all of a sudden the whole, Sam's my guy in the motorcycle industry, I just rolled that out to your 3 friends in a matter of 20 seconds of you telling a story. And I didn't have to go through the greet with any of them. Huh? The trust is instantaneous because they trust you. And I'm clearly I got a guy in the industry and now they trust me immediately without having to watch the front door and solicit a brand new person coming through the door that you don't know anything about. I'm blown away by how many times people in our industry don't ask for referrals. And asking for referrals is weird in the traditional sense. Don't you think? Hey, Sean, if you had a really good experience with me, who are some of your friends that I could call on your behalf? Awkward for both people. Can you get good at that? Yeah, you can get better at it. It still sucks, it's still uncomfortable for everybody involved. Like, I don't know who to tell you to call. I don't know, call my brother. This is weird. Can I get off the phone now? As opposed to, hey, bring your friends in. I'd love to meet them. Do you hear how real and genuine that is? And how instantaneously I got your referrals without ever having to ask you for referrals? That step is the second most missed step, only second to the greet. And it is so valuable. It's so valuable on causing door swings and continuing the relationship with customers. Not to mention having you in the store and getting repeat referral business from me. Does it make sense? Questions on that? All right. Let me look just to see if there's any major thing that I missed before I give you my info. We're going to go around the room here and tell me what hit you. Okay. Good. All right. Well, I'm going to put this up there. This is somewhere in here is my contact information, I think. What's this? Yeah, well, here's some, several different companies. This will work well. Just sdantzler at samdantzler.com, or Crystal, like you sent me an email, this company that we launched last year is Garage Composites.